AskReddit by AskReddit moderators. Breaking news. Queen Elizabeth II has passed, after a 70-year-long reign as Queen of the United Kingdom. Honestly, I always joke that she lived so long out of sheer will to not let Charles become king. There was a cartoon in private eye once. One day, son, all this will still be mine. Deleted. My grandmother is 90 and she remembers having a king before our queen. Crazy to think my grandmother has seen 3 generations of this family come to the throne. As soon as they said they were getting her comfortable, I knew that was keyword for transitioning. Deleted. Winston Churchill was born in 1874. The new PM Liz Truss was born in 1975. It's crazy that 2 PMs who were born 101 years apart served under the same person. 70 years. People were born, lived full lives, and died, all within her reign. Absolute bonkers. James Bond has only ever served her. The first Bond book was published the year after her reign began. I somehow never thought this day will really come. She just always was. It's strange. I thought she was going to be over 100 years old. More or less I thought she would die between 105 or 104 years. It feels so bizarre knowing that all the stuff that's been happening lately is gonna be in the history books. Like, I get that this is unprecedented history for so many of us, but it just doesn't feel real at the moment. May you live in interesting times, they said. Interesting indeed. Dang. Felt like it happened so fast. Just saw her pic from 2 days ago. The one where she's greeting the new PM. I saw that one too. I couldn't help but notice how fucked up her hand was from all her health concerns since Philip died. Surprised she didn't wear a glove or have makeup applied to cover the bruising. She just looked so frail. But I also vaguely remember when she said she wants the country to accept Camilla as queen consort when she's gone. I can't help but think she put 2 and 2 together after Philip died and how fast her health started going downhill and knew it was coming faster than anyone else thought and started lightly prepping everyone. At home mostly, but also with her public appearances and how she made no effort to cover up her need of the cane or the bruising on her hand from presumably all those IVs. Is it too soon for Charles in charge memes? Never. This is weird to experience. The Queen has been a fixture in this world my entire life. And X200B. Edit, bin. Deleted. As someone not familiar with the way things work there, what would happen to the royal family and its structure? Charles is now king. Happened automatically. She died. He's king now. Hence the common phrasing. The king is dead. Long live the king. The monarchy never dies, just passes from parent to offspring. Strange to see. She's been queen for all or most of people's lives. For the first time in nearly a century, 70 years, Britain will have a king. That's weird to even think about. Edited for wording. And unless someone abdicates, it'll be a king for at least the next 50-70 years. No more queen regnants for the foreseeable future. I really wanted her to outlive Charles. Any chance he'll resign after a short while and pass the crown off to his younger children? It is unreal how long she was the queen. There are full generations that were born and died during her reign. Every day we are living history. I think we know that somewhere in the back of our minds, but it is moments like this or 9/11 that really hit that point home. There is so much that we take for granted, almost as if that place, or that person, or that event will always be there, until they are not, and when that institution is gone, it is pretty surreal. Rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth II. What a storied and magical life you lived. Thank you for your service and for being a lady of the people. Jesus Christ, so she wasn't immortal after all. Although I knew she wasn't immortal, it's still strange to realize that she was actual mortal. Deleted. My grandma was crying. It is really sad. I grew up near Balmoral and met her on a few occasions. Amazing that only 2 days ago she was meeting the new British PM. She was doing her duty, no matter what you think personally about that duty, until nearly her final day. I'm sure there will be many conversations about the monarchy and the way forward over the next few months. To be honest, it wasn't a surprise once they announced she was being kept comfortable and under medical supervision. She's looked noticeably older and frailer recently. That last photo, she simply looked like someone's very elderly grandma. May she rest in peace. It's strange. She was 96, so by logic we shouldn't be surprised, yet we still are. Referring to her in past tense feels strange. Although a proud Brit, I've never been a hardcore monarchist, yet something about the death of this great grandmother has touched a nerve in me. She is a symbol of my country. She was the nation's grandmother, who made us feel warm and safe inside, which is why I think so many of us are mourning her as a person rather than a monarch. There was a double rainbow appeared over Buckingham Palace shortly after the news broke. Spiritually speaking, rainbows symbolize a person passing to the afterlife. I for one am going to miss you, Liz. Safe travels. Be with Philip. Thank you. I've been trying to put into words how I feel. I think your comment is quite close to how I feel. Proud Brit, not invested in the monarchy, yet I'm still slightly perturbed by her death. I'm only 24, but it is still a rather odd feeling, her not being with us anymore. She provided a feeling of constancy, of comfort, of structure and great fortitude. Mourning her as a person rather than a monarch. Hope you rest well, Queenie. Queen Elizabeth and the MYAA cat's life forces were tied together. We lost the cat yesterday, and the Queen today. I'm at loss for words now. I just learned about what happened to Thurston from you and I'm just in shock. R.I.P. Queen Liz and Thurston Waffles. We still have David Attenborough though. Don't you dare. I really hope someone has sat her down and done a bunch of oral histories for posterity. Very few people have had such a front seat to the history of the modern world as Elizabeth II, and even if we won't be privy to her opinions in public anytime soon, it will be a unique perspective that is worth preserving. I have this image of her dishing dirt on the dozens of world leaders she's met over the years, which I know would be very out of character for her, but think about all the things she probably knew that no one else would. Regardless of what one thinks about a monarchy, she led an incredibly interesting and consequential life and seemed to have played her role very well. R.I.P. So did my grandmother to age 95. She did it without receiving welfare all her life, so kudos to Granny. Will the upcoming coronation be interesting to watch in your opinion? I hope I get to watch it. Being in the US and working a later day shift means I'll be hitting up YouTube or a news outlet for the videotapes. Where were you when you got the news? I saw the headline earlier that there were concerns about her health. Once the rest of the royal family started to arrive at Balmoral and the BBC newscasters began to change to black, we all knew that this announcement was coming. Brits are about to get a bunch of time off. Lucky asses. The news seems to be reporting that we get nothing at all. A business local to me has closed tomorrow and I suspect others will do so too. Wow. Spoilers. I just started The Crown this week. As I understand it, QEII was a fan of The Crown. She had remarked that of all of the TV shows, movies, documentaries, etc. of the royal family, The Crown was the most historically accurate portrayal. Sure, there have been some Hollywood liberties taken with some of the storylines, but for the most part, it is accurate. London Bridge is down. As an American, I'm very out of the loop on the British royal family. What's the problem with Charles? Why's everyone want Will, or whatever his name is? Charles is in his 70s and much less popular than the now second in line, Prince William, who is in his 40s I believe. This might sound weird to all the non-Brits out there, but it's going to be very, very strange without her. She was a fixture of the UK, like Westminster or Big Ben. I doubt there's a lot of people who can remember life before her. She was a part of Britain for 70 years. We'll never see anything like that again. Well, looks like we have a new king now. Let's not forget she served during WWII at a time when women didn't much and a royal woman never had. Kudos to her for guts. https://www.biography.com/news/queen-elizabeth-ii-mechanic-world-war-ii